What is going on, beautiful people? Hope you're having a beautiful day, because I'm having a beautiful day. So I want to welcome you guys to episode number 4 of Ask Fraser Fit. Every single time I do a Q&A, you guys give me such a better response, and it's amazing. I want to start off by thanking you guys for your questions, because it is just great to see the response like that. Really excited for this one. I'm just going to jump straight into the first question. How long do you do cardio for? Usually I don't do cardio so much. If I do cardio right when I'm cutting, I'll either do high intensity interval training, so like 5 to 10 minutes, or I'll do like 30 minutes to an hour of training. I actually do have a video regarding cardio and which kind of cardio you guys should be doing, so I will link that below. Go check that one out. Do a skincare routine. You have great skin. I could sum it up in one word: moisturize. That's all I do. I moisturize every now and then. I find that the best thing for good skin is actually getting your nutrition down pat, right? You guys might have heard, right, you are what you eat, which is true, right? But over time, like every 8 or 9 years, your body completely replenishes your entire cells, right? Every single cell in your body will be gotten rid of and replaced. If you are eating junk, you will essentially be junk. So get your nutrition down pat and it'll make your skin look much better. Why is your tan so good? I naturally have an olive skin tone, but a touch of contrast and saturation helps out quite a lot. How long have you been training for, and what's your opinion on the 10K calorie challenge? Is it good for dirty bulking? I've been training for around 4 years, right? However, the first 2 were kind of just like, I wouldn't even count them as training. 2 years fully committed. 10K challenge, I think it's good. It's a bit of fun. There's no purpose of it besides entertainment, you know, having a bit of a laugh. That's it. How much rest do you take? I take as minimal rest as I possibly can, right? So I'll take a rest day every now and then if I feel like I need one, but I will try and avoid it at all costs. Today I just completely messed up my shoulder, forgot to warm up. How should I recover? I don't exactly know the origin of your injury, but it could be something to do with your trapezius, could be the rotator cuff, so I'm not sure. The only thing you could do is give it time. You know, don't think that you need to go hard and push past the pain. You need to let that, whatever's going on, recover. What is one of your most favorite thing about life? Progression. I like the idea of accomplishment. If I'm not used to tracking my macros and calories but need to start, what are the first things I need to do, and how do I incorporate this into your life without feeling overwhelmed? Well, the first things that you need to do is actually calculate your macros, which I do have a video on, and it will be in the description. Once you have your macros set, the first thing is to just put it in practice. And like anything, it's going to take time to get used to, so just do it as comfortably as you possibly can. And if you have a few down days here and there, then that's fine, but try and make a majority of it, you know, good days. So the first thing is you just need to get started, and it is going to be uncomfortable for you, just like a lot of things in life, and you just have to get past that. How do you get rid of fat? You need to create a caloric deficit. What is your favorite exercise for abs? Because yours are shredded, right? Thank you very much, man. My favorite exercise for abs is a hanging leg raise, because I find you get the most bang for your buck, right? You work the whole entire abdominus. How to get the size of your abs fast and easy? You can't. Consistency with training and diet. It's the only way it will come. Nothing comes easy and fast. What's your diet like? My diet is comprised heavily of whole foods, right? So potato, rice, oats, things that come from the earth, and then proteins like chicken, eggs, all that kind of thing, protein powder, fish, and then nuts, right? So peanut butter, all that kind of stuff. I have made a video about exactly what foods I eat in terms of carbs, proteins, and fats. That'll also be in the description if you want to check that out. This guy is supposedly around 8 to 10% and still can't see his abs. Any advice? My advice is for you to reconsider what your body fat percentage actually is. It's probably not 8 to 10%. You should be able to see your abs quite comfortably at 8 to 10%. For example, I can see my abs quite comfortably, right? And I'm probably about 10-11%. The fact that you're 8 to 10% is probably not true. However, if you are there, then the truth is you just don't have enough size within your abs. So you have to work them out more and potentially go on a lean bulk to add mass within there and then cut. This is a 2-part question. Rear delts, how to train them. First and foremost, make sure you're actually contracting the rear delt. A lot of people, when they do rear delts, actually aren't contracting the rear delt. So the first and foremost thing is to get your form right. My favorite rear delt exercise is a reverse pec deck. What is your absolute favorite muscle to train? My favorite muscle is the back, the overall back, so muscle group. Because there is so much going on, there's so much variation, it never gets boring for me. How much do you train your abs, and how to get those good abs? No more than 3 times per week. If I'm bulking, cutting, that will go up a little bit, maybe 5-6 times per week. How do I train them? I train them hard and intense, right? Usually doing a lot of supersets, considering I don't want massive abs, I just want them to be very cut and defined. What vitamins do you take? Okay, so I take a multivitamin, vitamin D, vitamin C, vitamin E, and fish oil. That's about it for the vitamins. For a beginner, which is more important, nutrition or training? Thanks for the support, Robin. Basically, they're both very, very important. The most important thing as a beginner is to get started and to properly implement a right training strategy and diet strategy, right? It's not so much what is more important, it's all important. The important thing is that you get those right. You train in a way that's going to accentuate your newbie gains, right? Strength training programs that are gonna make you gain a ton of strength and size in a very short window, right? For nutrition, you just need to slowly increase your nutritional IQ and then slowly incorporate more whole foods like potatoes, rice, chicken, things that I mentioned before. And over time, you'll get really good at it and you'll become a master. Arm size, flexed and pumped. I'm not actually sure and I don't have a tape measure, so have a guess. Which is one thing a first-time goer should look out for and do at the gym. A first-time goer should look at their form. Make sure your form is on point because that is the most important thing, especially when you're training for aesthetics. You need to understand that it's working a muscle group, not moving weight. So you need to comprehend that. If you are training for aesthetics, you need to get your mind in touch with your muscles and make sure you're contracting the right ones with the right amount of weight. What music do you listen to during your workout? This varies quite a lot. Usually I'll listen to modern day rap, not like Lil Wayne or Drake, more Logic, Black Bear, Russ, that kind of stuff, or I listen to electro. Would training your lower pecs more frequently help with making them more rounded? Basically, to answer the first part of your question is the way your muscles look and appear, right, from a shape perspective is genetics, right? The way they insert off the bone and the joint comes down to genetics. However, you can make it look bigger, and as it looks bigger, it will become more round and defined. That may give you that shape you're looking for. As a young guy in Australia, what do you think of the world? What's wrong with it? And what are some solutions? What's right with it? What's wrong with the world? I think too many people focus on the wrong things, right? That's number one. I think people focus on shit that doesn't really matter on a larger scale of things. Number two, right, what's right with the world? Quite a lot, right? A lot to appreciate in the world. Just like the fact that you're alive and breathing and able to walk out or go to the gym or spend time with your loved ones. It's such a blessing, and I don't think there's so much good and bad, but how you look at it. I think it's more about perspective. I think it's like you can take a situation and you can think of it in a brighter light than it is, not in the sense that you're delusional, but in the sense that you're a happy human being and you want positivity. You want to preach peace, love, and positivity as opposed to the other side of things, and that will greatly influence your experience, right? It's all about perspective. So I don't think there's much good or bad. I think it's all about your personal perspective. What's the best exercises for abs with weights? I would say a cable crunch. Is it possible to get abs directly from belly fat without slimming it? Yes, it is possible to get the abs. However, to see them, you will have to be at a low enough body fat percentage. I have a relatively mild scoliosis and have a tendency to always lift with my left upper trapezius. Is there any tip? I would recommend working on that, right? Getting a foam roller or getting a lacrosse ball and digging into it so it loosens your trapezius up, because that might be what's doing it. It's too tight, so that's why your shoulder's a little bit back. Another thing is to do isolateral movements. So you do one hand at a time so you can purely focus on working the areas that you want to work and try and limit the use of that trapezius. Do you remember the first day walking into the gym? If so, what was it like and what did you exercise? It was great. It was amazing. First time walking into the gym, right? I went into my school gym, okay? Because my school had a gym you could go to in the morning every Tuesday and Thursday. So I did so, and the guy who was there, who, you know, was supervising, gave me a little plan, and it was kind of like a full body. It was like do one exercise for each body part. And the first time I did a bicep curl, I was just like, wow, this feels amazing. Like I felt my bicep contract and I fell in love, man. What do you do when you hit a plateau, especially when it comes to wanting abs? Do you do more cardio or strength training? I recommend you reconstruct your diet, right? You might not be eating in a caloric deficit, which is what you need to do to burn fat, which is essential for actually seeing your abs, right? Being at a low enough body fat percentage. So I would recommend at least calculating and tracking your macronutrients for a little bit, just to see and get a feel for how you should be portioning your foods. How do you separate your workouts? Like what days of the week do you work out on legs, arms, abs, and so on and so forth? This varies quite a lot. It depends what I'm doing. Sometimes I'll do a push-pull leg kind of scenario. Other days I'll split it up. What are the top foods for burning belly fat? Contrary to whatever men's health fitness magazines titles will want to make you believe there's no such foods that are going to help you burn belly fat than others, right? The reason is to lose weight, which is what fat is, you need to create a caloric deficit. How long would be an ideal time to spend at the gym per day? I'd say around 75 to 120 minutes. As you know, as long as you go, like you can get an effective workout within 45 minutes. So it's all up to personal preference. Why in 99% of your thumbnails and Instagram posts are you shirtless? All right, so this was quite a long one. I got a lot of questions, which I do want to thank you guys one last time for doing so. If you do want your question answered, you better head over to my Instagram and follow that up. And next time I make a post about Q&A, leave your comments in that photo and I'll be sure to answer them. Give this video a like. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. I'm just gonna wrap the video up here. Hope you enjoyed watching because I enjoyed making it. I will catch you in the next one later.